D&D. Welcome to the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Oh god, it's happening already. Players gonna be drawn on stuff. It's not a real map. It's just setting the scene. We find ourselves
from this tree that is 35 feet away.
Not to scale. Asterisk, not to scale. But we start a forest, a bright sunny day. The sunlight streams through the trees, and the heat is perfect. Not uncomfortable, one way or the other. A nice light breeze passes along. Zooming in, we see the forest break and a small path running down between the tall trees. There is a wagon pulled by a solitary donkey clopping along. You might hear horse noises soon, but just imagine it's a donkey. A few birds tweeting in the side of the tree. On top of the donkey rides a stout halfling man, kind of wavering back and forth a little bit as if he's almost unconscious. Also, don't draw stuff. I mean, just come on, guys, stop it.
Yeah,
cut it out,
man.
If you want to come back next time. Just saying. Halfling man tottering back and forth. Yep, and he just holding on to a strap. The only thing keeping him on. But as soon as he seems to totter a little too far to one side, he kind of nods awake and rights himself and keeps on trucking along. Riding in the wagon as well, behind the donkey, is a dragonborn sitting... describe yourself, actually.
I'm sitting contemplatively. There you go. Holding my staff in both hands. In thought. Is that okay?
Perfect, man. Perfect. We have the very dark-skinned dragonborn. The wagon trots along, and you've come to this area because you've heard of a place. Not literally heard of it, but you wake up in the middle of the night sometimes. It started a couple weeks ago, but you have this recurring dream of just a calling to come to this area of the region. You've heard of, and it just draws you there. It kind of whispers into your head, and you wake up hearing this whisper kind of trail off. To come to this place to find a magical source of power somewhere nearby. As you're trotting along, is there anything you're just kind of thinking to yourself? Not really much going on otherwise. The halfling kind of seems asleep, or half asleep anyways, but you might be a little concerned that he is even paying attention. He's supposed to be bringing you to the area. He said he'd give you a lift basically from one place to another, and he was a pretty good source of conversation earlier in the morning, but it seems like his drunk from last night has worn off, and he starting to nod off a little bit. Maybe the hangover's finally settling in.
I'm concerned, but as long as he keeps us on the straight and narrow and keeps us on the road, I'm fine with him relaxing. If anything happens, I'm sure I can tap him on the shoulder with a large hand to bring him back.
Let's see if I can do this. There you are. There we go. That's better. Did that work? You see those guys now? Yeah, I think it worked.
Yep.
Learning roll 20. This guy's just sitting on top of the horse. Or donkey. Donkey! It's definitely a donkey. Alright, the three of you. Okay, good job. Great. Are moving along. Now there's an extra square there. So immersive. 100% immersed. You get to this point, roll a perception check if you can.
What die is that?
Well, you look at your character sheet, pop that up.
Okay.
Generally, all the dice rolls are going to be done through your character sheet these days, so. On roll 20 is gorgeous. What you want to do is look at your skills, find perception, and roll that.
Persuasion, performance,
You're almost there.
perception.
That's a 1.
Well,
Natural 1. Good.
that's the way to start.
Sorted. First roll of the game. Perfect. Perfect. This is going to be perfect.
Don't worry. Get rid of all the ones, and then we're fine for the rest of the game.
Yeah, just get them out early. I'm sure it won't matter. You get to about here, and the donkey all of a sudden rears up, whinnying, and stops. Basically, kind of the cart shakes, and you look up, and the donkey is like rearing up on its hind legs and giving out this horrible, like, donkey-esque scream almost. The halfling flies off. I'm going to roll him a dexterity check. Also pretty good. He rolls off, but kind of tucks and rolls. Oh, that's not them. Kind of tucks and rolls to the back, and kind of yells out like, "What the hell was that?" He obviously didn't see anything either. He actually rolled a 2 perception check. So that happens, and we cut to a half orc, calmly up the river a little ways. Just and you can describe what you look like, Rocco.
Yeah.
You're standing
tall.
by a riverbed, and you've just got a javelin in hand. You look like you're looking for a fish.
Yeah. Tall and muscular with long black hair. His bluish gray skin. Kind of has a scowl on his face and doesn't look too friendly.
So you're like holding this javelin up, and you see a fish kind of coming down the river on the way. So why don't you roll just a javelin, I guess, either melee or ranged, whichever one you'd prefer, to try and catch this fish. Nice, perfect, great. You missed. Was that ranged? That was a ranged attack. Yeah. Okay, you missed, but it's all right. It's still swimming by. Your javelin goes far. I think you have more than one, so you can try again if you want to try to either stab it with melee or. I think we set up both on your character sheet there, right? I think we might have set up both. I guess we didn't. Probably. Yeah, there you go. Cool. That's a 9 plus. Yeah, I think that actually hits. You end up. Okay, describe what you do, I guess, there with your javelin. As you see this fish coming up at you. And make sure that we can hear you. It's going to be a thing.
And we lost him.
He'll be back. There you go.
Okay, now I'm back.
Yep. All right, describe your javelin strike.
All right, I chuck the javelin at the fish and spear it and pick up the fish and immediately eat it. Raw.
Show it right in your mouth. Perfect.
Just viciously attack it. Tear it apart.
It's pretty good. It's like you saw this riverbed and thought, here's a good place for my daily meal.
Yeah.
You've been wandering the place for a long while. You can tell you've just you sleep in the woods. You don't really, city is not your thing, clearly, as you just ate a raw fish, like straight off the javelin too.
Yeah.
But this place is somewhere you've kind of been interested to look around because you've always remembered these stories from your very, very young childhood about this huge orc battle where orcs teamed up with wizards to fight. And it was around this area that it happened, in some kind of place of kind of mystery. And just as that happens, you hear this horrible cry of some animal off to the south, and you hear this horrible scream and squeal and kind of like a clattering happen, maybe some muffled yells.
Okay. I look up at it towards that way.
Right. Roll a perception check. Nice. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Well, you can see the source of the sound at least with that, which is just the donkey, and maybe you're like, okay,
Yeah.
something's going up there.
All right. I kind of get ready for a fight
Awesome.
because I'm expecting something weird to go on.
You like maybe grab your javelin out of the water as it's swimming by, the one that
Yeah.
missed at least, and then
Yeah.
kind of stick them back on your back. Pull out your battle
Ready
axe.
my battle axe. Yep.
Perfect. You start heading that direction,
Yeah.
and we cut to a cave nearby. Small, pretty, like a big enough cave, but like as caves go, pretty small cave within a little cluster of trees that has a drow kind of resting near the entranceway, kind of like leaned up against a rock, kind of peeking in, looking around. So go ahead and describe yourself, Lost.
Okay. Dark skin, short hair, pretty white. Just cleaning her nails with dagger. Like normal, typical drows.
Awesome.
Wearing very, very beautiful clothes. Like,
Very fashionable.
I'm a hipster.
All right, so give me a perception check too. Roll 1.
Sure.
Like everybody else.
And perception right here.
All right, very good. So you look into this cave. You're kind of like it's like kind of early in the day. The sun's starting to really come out, and you are like, nope, this is where I hide in the shadows somewhere because I hate the sunlight. It's just one of those drow things, you can't really handle it for too long, and you just feel uncomfortable in it. So, mostly rest during the daytime. And this looks like a cave. It's just like home, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of peek in there, and you can see there's like some scat here and there. You can see like a little kind of almost like a nest of grass and dead grass and some other things over in the corner that look like, definitely you can tell this is a bear's house. But they don't seem to be here right now, so looks like a good place to at least take a load off while you kind of refresh. And you whip out one of your books, actually, and you start flipping through it, and you're looking for the specific story. This is that history book that you have. And you're looking for the story of this long-lost cavern that was kind of lost to time at some point. But before it was, there was something really incredible down there. And obviously, what you're concerned about is where there's important happenings and important locations, there's treasure. And you're interested in that.
Treasure.
And that's why you're around this place. But just as you're starting to like really get into the story, you hear something, a crack of a branch nearby.
And maybe some whining.
Nope, just a crack
No?
of a branch.
Hmm.
Just outside the cave, off to the left. What do you do?
I peek out.
All right, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Another perception check. All right, what'd you get?
Whoa.
12 total?
Yes.
All right. And I got pretty good roll as well. but not... Give me a stealth check as well while you're at it, actually.
Okay.
Since you're trying to peek out without being seen, I'm assuming. Okay, good.
Oh,
All right, you look out and you see a black bear coming towards you. Now, you can look around the cave. There is like, that bed is off the back of the cave to the right. Off to the left, there's like a little, kind of like a crack or like a little inlet on the wall closer to the entrance. And the bear is pretty close. Like it's going to see you in a second here if you don't get away quickly and stealthily or hide somewhere until the sound is safe. I mean, or you could fight the bear. Or something else. That's the good thing about D&D. Anything you can think of to do, you can attempt.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna rub myself in poop.
Okay. Good. So you'll smell
to
like the
mask
bear.
my scent.
That's
Yes.
it. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay.
Then hide in the alcove. In
Okay.
that alcove.
Great. Okay.
And I have a dagger ready.
All right. Give me a stealth check with advantage because you rode yourself in bear crap.
Okay. Okay.
So what he's going to do now is click on the little advantage tab and roll. It'll roll 2 for us, and we'll take the better, which is a 6 stealth check. It helps that you have a +8 because of all your proficiencies and stuff, and expertise as a rogue. But that's what that's for. All right. So just for bear rolled a 3 as well. So you managed to duck into the alcove. The bear squeaks by you. Like you can smell it. Like you can even see just on its face. There's a bunch of honey all over it, just dripping off. And the bear goes and sits in the back and just boom, out like a light. Yep. Just within a couple minutes, out like a light. So you're in the clear to get out of this place if you so wish, which might be a good idea.
But do I think? No.
That's
I
up
want
to
to
you.
kill it. I want to kill it.
You're gonna kill this bear?
Yes. I'm gonna claim this glory.
All right. Just as you sneak to go out of your alcove and you start sneaking up towards the bear, you hear the sound of a donkey screaming, and the bear kind of like rolls over as if to like look up, like he's starting to like wake up out of this slumber. You're about you're still like 5 feet away from it.
I'm gonna throw my dagger.
All right, roll to attack the bear.
Oh, I mean this.
You do not. Wait, you do have advantage. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
because it's like a surprise attack, I guess.
And sneak attack is also a thing that's good.
Yeah, and it's still half asleep. So yeah, we'll go with that. I gotta find that page again. I did not think you were going to attack the bear. Well, look at me. Egg on my face. Okay, what was the thing? Armor class is at 11. So yeah, you hit it. Roll damage on this bear.
And I roll an extra d6 since sneak attack.
Sure, man. Do it. 8 plus 1, 9. Okay. Bear takes a dagger to like the shoulder. It sticks in. Mark one of those off, unless you plan on getting that back. And,
I plan to.
And it's, I guess, initiative? Roll initiative?
I mean, there's a good cutscene right here.
Nope. This is happening now. You already heard the donkey. This is all happening live. I gave you your chance to get out of this. So what's your initiative then? Roll initiative, man.
Sure.
Ooh, okay. I think the bear's going first. Yep. So the bear's gonna do what it does, which is a multi-attack, which means it makes 2 attacks. One with his teeth and one with his claws. Oh, that's not great. What's your AC?
15.
All right, so with the teeth, we got a 8, and with the claws, we got a 7, 8, 10. So you dodge both of these attacks. It is your turn.
Okay, other dagger. See,
Other dagger. Okay. Not
Sorry,
with advantage this time, but you do still hit, so
okay.
go ahead and roll damage on that one.
And it's 5.
And you managed to pull that one out, at least. Anything else you want to do with this turn? You got a bonus action?
Bonus action?
Do you have any bonus actions?
No, not at the moment.
All right, I guess that comes later. I'm just thinking rogue, and I'm like, you must have all these skills, right?
Nah, that's later.
Yeah, I got you. All right. I guess it's the bear's turn again.
If I can win against this bear, it will become an achievement.
What was your AC again?
15.
Okay, so once again, it tries to bite you and doesn't get you, but the claws are going to get you. Because it's a +3, that's an 18. So 2d4 plus 2 is 6 damage. Take 6 damage and get sliced by the claws of the bear. How much hit points do you have? I don't know. I don't care. It's not my job to keep track of that.
I'm at 4.
All right.
A little shaky.
It's your turn. You can always take the option to disengage and run.
That's what I was planning to do, actually. Disengage.
Not trying to prompt you too much, but okay. All right, so you exit right, chased by a bear, I'm going to say, which is a classic phrase. And we're going to cut. Back to the cart. Back to the cart where, as the donkey rears and the cart shakes, Ace, describe yourself as you roll out of the back of the cart where you've been sleeping off last night's drunken meanderings with this random halfling guy that met you and started talking about, where you are headed, which is to this area. You're looking for a city you're looking for the Phandalin area, which is kind of like an old town that's seeing a resurgence, an old mining town that's seeing a resurgence in these later days, where a trio of brothers, one of which you knew from your sailing days, has kind of set up shop with his brothers in this place, and they've got some wacky scheme going on that you've been hearing about, so you're coming to check in on them. But yeah, go ahead and describe yourself.
I'm a very short and fat dwarf.
Perfect.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
What are you wearing?
Brown complexion.
short
Flavor
dwarf.
text.
Can I talk, please, for gosh sakes? I'm bald. I have a brownish orange beard, and I wear a helmet with horns.
Nice.
And I make the noise that Rocco just made.
Yeah,
It
probably.
slightly resembles like a potato.
So give me a dexterity saving throw, which is above your skill. Above your skill. Oh yeah, let's get the picture of. Let's get that picture up.
I was wondering where
Well,
Ace came from. me and the halfling in there.
all right, so your saving throw is what? 9.
Yes.
So you roll out, and you kind of roll pretty far. You kind of, you roll. Oh wait, I gotta pop your little guy onto the screen now, don't I?
Yeah, like I said,
Wow, so it's understandable I roll pretty
he
far.
must have been a very small dwarf. I didn't even see it though.
Yeah, he just rolled right out. He didn't roll this far, but let me get him on the token layer, and then I can move him around. Tokens. You just rolled out to here, I'm gonna say, and give me a perception check as well. Cool people roll ones, just saying. Okay, that's almost like a 1. All right. You look up, you see the cart with the dragonborn kind of sitting on this cart, kind of looking out the other way of where you were. Actually, you don't even see a dragonborn. You just see a hulking figure. You didn't meet this guy. You don't remember exactly what happened, but you must have just passed out in the cart at some point, and I guess you're in a path now. You're in a forest. I don't know. You did meet this halfling and the donkey last night, like when you guys were hanging out. The donkey's name is Leroy. You've been told, Leroy Jenkins,
All
actually.
right, Jay.
And the halfling's name is Jasper. And that's all you remember. You just getting hammered with this guy last night, and now you're here, and your head hurts a little bit. Okay, a lot.
There's a lot of a cart.
Mm-hmm. And you can hear a river, and that's it. Now, I'm going to have everybody roll initiative.
I'd roll mine again.
Yeah,
Do I get-
yeah, you're going to roll again. This is a different combat.